to work on some of these problems. So let's start by working on these on our own for a second. Now let me copy a few. So this is the first problem. This is the second problem. I'm going to read them to you in a second because we need to discuss them. Okay. And here's another one. Copy just the first one for now. So let's copy the first one. What does the first one say? In the quantity, in parentheses, 2 minus 7, everything squared, and then plus. Again, parentheses, negative 3 minus 6, everything squared. Take a moment, because I have to ask, Mohammed, where are you taking your tests? Please tell me where you're taking the test. I cannot add you to the test. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Please tell me where you're going to take your test. Arundel Mills or Arnold?
Arnold.
Arnold, thank you. Good. Arnold it is. And now I have everybody. I will create the test and I will ask you to register immediately. So you get this, the time slot you want. Do not register during class time. Class is not canceled, please. So we're working on 2 minus 7 everything squared plus quantity negative 3 minus 6 squared. Who would like to tell us what to do first? Please. It's okay if you're wrong, so just please participate. Yes. So inside parentheses, what do we have for the first group?
I got -5.
Excellent. So please remember, when I add numbers of opposite sign, I have to look for the number that is more powerful, that has a bigger absolute value. 7 is more powerful. 7 is negative. So therefore, the outcome will, the most powerful term will transfer its sign onto the final answer. This is more powerful. I have $2, but I really want to buy something that costs 7. So I'm in -5. Okay, then I copy plus. Now here, can anyone tell us what to do next and what do we get? Thank you, Ty. Anyone else? Anyone would like to tell us what is negative 3 minus 6? This is easy because I'm accumulating debt. I'm asking you give me $3 and then tomorrow I say, I'm sorry, I don't have the $3 to give you back today, but give me, if you can, another 6. So I accumulated debt. What is it? Yes, -9. Good. So now, obviously, we have to square. Can anyone square -5 and somebody else -9? And let's finish it up. -5 squared. Anybody, please?
25.
25. And then plus. Thank you. Okay, 81. So obviously, remember, a negative number to the second power. A negative number to the second power. Always positive. So when we add, we get 106. Good. Now let's work on the other, on the next one. So here we have the absolute value of 5 minus 13. Any questions? Don't let me move on if you have questions. Any questions on the first one? Okay, the absolute value of 5 minus 13 minus, notice that we have a bracket now, 2 plus 4, no operation symbol. If there is no operation symbol, can anyone clarify what symbol is that? What operation is that? If there is nothing.
Multiplication.
Multiplication, thank you very much. Janelle and Ty, thank you, excellent, yes. So it's understood that is the product. The same thing if I write AB. It's understood it's A times B. Otherwise, the sign, the operations, whatever have addition, subtraction, division, had to be there. But if it's nothing, it's multiplication. Good. Okay, so let's work on this for a minute. Anyone would like to start? It's okay if you're wrong. So we start with the absolute value. Can anyone tell us what is left in the absolute value?
8. Well, negative 8 plus 8.
Yes, we have to write -8 first. Good. Then I copy the negative and I copy the bracket. Now, I want to draw your attention to something very important here. This is not a grouping symbol. This is not a grouping symbol. Then you can say, what do you mean? It's parentheses. Why are you saying it's not a grouping symbol? I'm saying it's not a grouping symbol because we do not have anything to perform inside. This particular set of parentheses is meant or is put in place to separate the multiplication symbol from the subtraction symbol. These two operation symbols cannot sit one next to the other without being separated by a symbol. And we have to choose, we chose parentheses. But it does not mean that there is operation. We have an operation or operations to perform inside. No, 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 no. We don't. We only needed to separate the multiplication symbol from the subtraction symbol. And yes, we have to start here. So we copy the 2, and then what do we write? When we multiply a positive by a negative, what do we get? Do we all agree with -28? Thank you, Rachel. Do we all agree with -28? Okay, good. Now, we could have demoted the brackets to parentheses here. There is no need, but we could have, because there is no more so-called grouping symbol of, representing parentheses. So we could have changed this into parentheses. There is no need, though. It's okay if you do, it's okay if you don't. Okay, perfect. So now we come back. What is the absolute value of -8? I think somebody already told us. Anybody?
Positive 8.
Yes, very good. So now in brackets, that's our next step. Which one is more powerful, 2 or 28? Well, it's a silly question. It's 28. So therefore, the symbol of the operation, of the outcome, will be negative. So can anyone tell us? Again, you could have demoted the brackets to parentheses. Yes or no, it's the same thing. So what we have in parentheses, in brackets,
-26.
good. And now, only now, remember, there is an imaginary -1 in front of the set of brackets. Or you say the opposite of -26, or you say -1 times -26. How much is this?
Positive 26.
Positive 26. And the answer is
34.
34. Sorry, I ran out of room here. Now, I think I explained this before, but I explain it again. There are no several millions of equal symbols. The reason I continue with an equal symbol is to tell you that this is not done. Okay? It's not done, so follow through. Any questions on problem 2? Are you okay, everyone? Okay, perfect. Now let's move on to number 3. So, a negative outside, absolute value, a negative inside, and again absolute value, plus, in parentheses, negative 39.
Negative 61.
So, we start with the absolute value of 22, which is 22. So then I copy negative 22. Here, imagine, again, this grouping symbol is not a grouping symbol. It's only used to separate the addition from the subtraction. We can never write this. This is incorrect, no matter what the book says, no matter what the video says. Okay? They cannot sit one next to the other. They have to be separated by a symbol. And the symbol we used by convention is parentheses. So, you either say positive 1 times negative 39, which is negative 39, or you say just negative 39. Next, what is the absolute value of negative 22? Notice that if this were parentheses, I would have said the opposite of this, but I can't, because I cannot treat the absolute value as a grouping symbol. It's not a grouping symbol. Again, no matter what the book or the video says. So I have to copy the sign outside, and I have to determine this. What is the absolute value of negative 22? Excellent. But I cannot touch this. So now it is negative 22 minus 39, and indeed this is negative 61. Perfect. Good. Any questions? Any questions on any of these problems? Please don't be shy. Please ask if you have anything. Now, I wanted to discuss a problem like this. Negative 1 minus 3. We're asked to simplify this. And here's a question for you. Can I simplify this number and this number by 3? Both are divisible by 3. 24 is divisible by 3. 3 is divisible by 3. Can I simplify them? Can I, in other words, do this? 1, 3 times 8, 24. Can I do this? Anybody?
No.
Say it again.
No.
No. Very good. Never. Why? Because this quantity and this quantity are not factors. What are they? How do we? Yes, they are terms. And we can never simplify terms. Very good. Always simplify factors. Factors means they are connected by multiplication, not by addition or subtraction. Always simplify factors, comma, not terms. Okay. So then what do I do with this? How do I address this situation? Well, I perform. So I have 24 divided by negative 1 minus 3. I copy negative 24. What do we get in the denominator? Negative 1 minus 3 is
negative 4.
Perfect. Negative 4. So please always take care of the sign. A positive divided by negative is negative. And now divide 24 divided by 4. And we get the final answer. Always take care of the sign first. Okay, now let's work on this problem. So 3 minus quantity negative 17 over negative 3 minus 2. Would you allow me to simplify this 3 with this 3? 3 is divisible by 3, 3 is divisible by 3. Yes or no? I want to simplify it. Say it again.
No, you can't.
Yes, correct. I cannot. Because these are terms, these are terms. We can only simplify factors. Very good. Good. So let's address the numerator again. These are not grouping symbols. This is not a grouping symbol. By convention, we have to use it because two operation symbols sit one next to the other, and that's not allowed. So can anyone give us the first step of the numerator? I know you're far ahead, awesome, but I want everyone to see what we have to write first in the numerator. The denominator is very clear, there is nothing
3
there.
plus 17.
Yes. So again, remember there is an imaginary negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 17, or you say the opposite of negative 17 and you still get the same thing. Now we perform the numerator, we do the operation in the numerator. Always take care of the sign first. And now divide 20 by 5, which is 4. Always take care of the sign first. Any questions? Good contribution so far, thank you. Good, here's another example. 3, bracket, 5 minus 9, parentheses, negative 2, close the bracket, minus, open parentheses, 12 divided by negative 4, minus 8. Let's work on this problem for a minute, and then we'll work on it together. So I repeat, 3, bracket, 5 minus 9, followed by negative 2 in parentheses, close the bracket, minus, open parentheses, 12 over negative 4 minus 8, close the parenthesis, equal symbol. And if anyone can tell us where we start.
Well, I started with the factor in the negative 9 and negative 2, but either way, either parentheses matters.
So you will start here. Remember, this is not a grouping symbol. It's only used to separate multiplication symbol from the subtraction symbol. Good, so that is indeed a starting point. So I copy the 3, I copy the bracket, and I copy 5. Now I stop and I perform negative 9 times negative 2. What do I get?
Plus 18.
Excellent. And close the bracket. Minus. Inside, now these are parentheses, as they are meant to be. Which operation will you perform first in parentheses?
divide 12 by negative 4.
Exactly. First, deal with the sign. Always. Always say positive over negative is negative. Now divide 12 by 4. And we get
Negative 3.
very good. Copy the rest. Come back. I have 3. I can write the raised dot because this answer will be positive. I don't need to put it in parentheses. There will be no two operation symbols crashing. So 5 plus 18 is, we know, 23 minus. Finally here,
Negative 11.
negative 11. Now remember, there is an imaginary negative 1 that needs to be multiplied by negative 11. And now I have to perform this operation, which is 69. Now you will say negative times negative, or the opposite of a negative 11 is positive 11. And finally, we get 80. Do we all agree with the steps? Do you understand the steps? Were you able to follow? Okay. Let's look at one more before we continue with 1.4. So 4 plus 6 divided by 2 plus 19. Everything over 10 times 2 minus 7. Let's take a moment. I know I'm going to ask this question over and over. Will you allow me to simplify this 4 with this 2? They are divisible by 2. Can I simplify this 4 with this 2? Yes or no?
No.
The answer is never. 4 is a term and 2 is a factor inside of a term. Please remember, don't touch anything if they are not factors. You cannot simplify them.